What is good, YouTube? Back at it again with some more PowerPoints. Today, in this video, I'm going to be going over 1 year into the dating market. Try and get some huzz. And I'm going to give you guys some actual beginner level advice, okay? None of this, oh, when she texts you, oh, when she tries to make excuses to touch you, oh, when she talks to you. Okay, bro, we're not going to do all that, bro, because it's not real. And, we all know it's just a bunch of fake bullshit, okay? I'm actually going to give some beginner level advice in this video that will actually get you some results. Hopefully. I don't know how far back you are. Let's hope you good. Context: I'm 24 years old. Lost my V card in this year. And then I'm not going to claim to be Mr. Ladies Man, but my advice will actually be beginner level, okay? And I kind of say, I don't know, a year, I'd probably say about 6 months of those. There were some traps where I could probably speed up the process, maybe need a little healing. So it's kind of a little more 6 months, maybe. Definitely not 3 months. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm straight new, but we're definitely new enough. And a lot of this stuff, the the market's not entry level at all. So it's gonna take more than 3 months sometimes. Oh my god.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're
But yeah,
fine.
a lot of people, they give a lot of like level 4 advice, and they skip the level 1. I'd say I'm more at like that level 2, level 3 range, because when a guy gives level 4 advice, it's just it's not helpful, not at all. He might as well have not even said it, because he's kind of just keeping you down there, not really relating at your level, so it's not helpful. All right, I'm gonna put myself over here. This is going to be the first rule, and this will stop you from this is the thing that you should follow first, because there's always a trust the fisherman, okay? Sometimes you believe people are fishermen and they fucking lie to you, okay? So don't believe in them at all. So rule 1, don't listen to people that haven't struggled like you to get a girlfriend, okay? I'd say this one's probably the most important. Don't listen to a guy who's dating his high school sweetheart. Because that man, he got in early. Honestly, my the advice in this video, it's going to be for dating in your 20s. If you're like 18 or 19 or even under in high school, honestly, like, the proximity of high school, that will get you at least like 3 opportunities, and you just need to hop on it. So yeah, don't sit here and act like you have to struggle as hard as some other people. This is for people who have to struggle, okay? But yes, those dudes that get their are dating their high school sweetheart, they got in early. They hopped on the opportunity. It's fine if we didn't. I didn't. But sometimes you just look back and you realize, sometimes you realize that the woman ain't for you. You just didn't know it yet, okay? So don't beat yourself up if you ain't do it. You are successful. It doesn't matter, okay? The low effort proximity, like I'm saying. Proximity and scarcity, that works in our favor. Once you get out of high school, bro, you don't really have proximity, so it's not in your favor. Then sometimes these dudes, they might have broken up with her, might have gotten some other girls they went out with, but they eventually came back to her because they didn't want to be in this dating market and they don't want to go back to this dating market. You know, you don't really know. All you know is that these dudes don't listen to their advice. They might be dating a woman where they feel like they're more of a coward, not acting on their feminine nature to take better opportunities and just take what's stable, take what they have because it's a risk, and she doesn't want to take a risk because she's a coward. Okay, those women you don't want to date. Okay. Let's see what the what would I say number 2 is? Yeah, girlfriend was a friend of a friend. I'd say that'd be number 2. These dudes, they were saved by their connections. They never had to try. Very frustrating that when you get into these conversations too, because when you hear this, you realize if you ever ask them the same level of stuff, they are never going to help you. So, yeah, it's probably not a good friend. He might be loyal to his girl or whatever and like not help you. Or he might be like over criticizing one girl, like, oh, she's busy, no, just like sometimes a girl just, you know, something about her's not super dateable, but like it doesn't really matter because you right now is not dateable. So like that's not really what it's about at the start. You kind of just want to take what you can get. Something that you like about them, obviously. Don't just take a girl that you're not interested in at all, but like you should definitely do something. Okay. Let's see. Number 3. What should I do on here? Probably, yeah, his girlfriend is a 6 or under. I'd say don't listen to this guy that much. Because honestly, when women get in the 7 range or higher, it's usually a lot harder. And, you know, not hating, bro. 5's average. 4 to 6, that's just a normal person, okay? No hate. But like when they get in that 7 range, you know, where they're attractive, you know, something you actually want. Yeah, it's a different ball game, okay? You can have a very low amount of Riz with a 6 or under. They're very entry level. So there ain't nothing wrong with a 6, okay, boys? You can always leave. Don't matter. You're not locked in. It's because of that low amount of options. Makes her a little easier to bag. Honestly, you could probably just flirt with her. Say like 1 or 2 things that are flirty. Ask her out. Get the experience. Not the problem. Okay, and this one's just like a personal pet peeve because it's really annoying. And I kind of wish I had picked up on this earlier. The guy friend who bullies you for not having a girlfriend. Anybody who has been in a relationship, they understand there's ups and downs. There's that, honestly, it kind of balances itself out where it's like, Sometimes it's like really good. You know, it can be good. But oh, when it's bad, bro, it's bad. You're just like, damn, why did I put myself in this situation to begin with, man? It's a oh. And then honestly, like after you, if it don't work out, like you're single, and then you're kind of like, yeah, I kind of want to be single right now. And yeah, sometimes those dudes don't make very good friends because they're not looking for a relationship romantically. So they kind of just want their peace. They don't really want to have much of a friendship with you. So if a dude falls into that category, don't take it offensively. Just kind of keep it pushing. Try some new friends. Get some quality control. It's completely fine. And then people act like you can't take advice from women on getting a girlfriend. You know, don't trust a fisher. What is it? Don't trust fish to teach you how to catch fish. Trust the fisherman. Sometimes, man, that is complete bullshit. It is way more helpful to have a spy, an informant. You know, that's what a woman that will help you actually is. But you're not gonna find that in a woman in your age range, this 18 to 26, because she's part of the game. Okay. And also, yeah, she's not desperate enough to tell the truth. If she's getting up to like that 35 and up, she'll probably, yeah, she'll tell the truth, especially if she's single and all that. You know, she don't want to be alone. So, like, there's nothing wrong with, spitting some game. And, since like online, with everybody having phones and everything, it hasn't really helped men at all because women have like a lot more options. So proximity and scarcity doesn't really work in the favor of men anymore. She didn't really grow up in this state and market right here where it was like where it was a big factor, because sometimes they'll be giving you like some good like level 3 advice or something like that, or some really good level 1 advice, but it just doesn't feel like level 1 advice because like a lot of women now, they got like their boyfriend, then they got a man on the backup that they would be with if something happens with their boyfriend, and then they have like 4 guys that they're feeding attention off of that they have no intentions of doing anything with. Don't be one of those guys. Do not. You will get nothing out of it. And honestly, I've been that dude before, where where you're sitting there waiting basically, and I always kind of just get to the point where the time comes, and then you kind of stand up for yourself in a way where it's just like, oh, this is what she's gonna do to me. This is I'm not really getting upgraded. I'm just kind of switching spots. You know what I mean? And then it's kind of like realize like some of the stuff, like she's not taking any accountability or anything for her actions, and it's just kind of icks you out, and you're just like, man, I don't really want this girl anymore. It's just something about the chase is done, and then just doesn't. It's something about getting locked in with it. It just doesn't feel right. Okay, so like getting in these relationships, bro, don't waste like months of your life. Okay, just keep it pushing, because I swear to God, it's not worth it. Ugh. And I think you're probably, well, obviously you're not the boyfriend, you're not having the most fun, but like, maybe you can see it from an outside view, I guess. Having the inside view where she's probably just going to manipulate you and stuff. Eh, something about, no, no, sir. All right. Rule number 2 when you're starting out. Dating is a skill, and you're not supposed to have fun immediately. Get those reps in, sir. Most important. If you're always getting your reps in, you're learning from it, then learning the patterns and the loops holding you back. Then honestly, you're going to be doing better than almost everybody because nobody wants to try. And I will get to that in a second. So I'd start in places where you probably won't see her again, so the rejection isn't as brutal. College campus. Let's see. I don't mean like your class where you sit right next to her. I mean like out in the open. Maybe the cafe or something. Nightlife. Women are honestly going to reject you 30% of the time anyways in nightlife because she thinks she's just going to get a better man. Honestly, probably more about 50%. Probably just because she thinks she's going to get a better option no matter what. So she's just going to reject you. But yeah, right at the start, you don't really need to be successful in getting a girl's number. You just need to get it out. You know what I mean? Get that bad riz out. Start acting on it, and then you go, oh man, I actually say what I want to say, and then it doesn't hurt when I go home at the end of the night, you know? Better. Way better. Okay? Coffee shop, man, saying it out loud, maybe it's a little... That's like an example of a place, not really the place to do it, you know what I mean, I guess. Because, you know, coffee shop, she might just be there for the day. You're probably not going to see her again. Sitting in a line somewhere. You know, you guys are both staying in a line somewhere. Y'all are both bored. Might as well try it. Patterns and the loops. Sometimes you'll go after a certain girl, type of girl. And if you haven't lost your V card and you're going after a certain type of girl, it's probably not a good... It's not a good reason, for sure. If you're not aware of what it is, it's probably... It's probably a woman in your past that's holding you back. Maybe it's your babysitter. Maybe it's like a woman that didn't work out. Like it didn't even get that close, but you still feel deep down or something, and you just didn't you didn't process it emotionally or something. It's always something, you know, not good, okay? This will only hold you back, so just don't do it. Or my bad, don't lock yourself into a certain type. Yeah, sometimes you'll learn. I mean, obviously you're not successful, so parts of you that are unsustainable are not good for you. Sometimes you learn, gotta let it go. It's holding you back from where you need to be, okay? Yep, cardinal rule. How you act is who you attract. And then what you do with that. I'll probably go over it in like a future video of like, I'm honestly like my flirting's pretty good, but the me hesitating to actually like ask for the number, that's where I mess up. And it attracts like 3 certain types of women, and I definitely go more in detail about like other stuff you should probably avoid, or like other ball knowledge. But those 3 women, they're not really that, they're not wifey, okay? They're not what you want. But how you act is who you attract. Do you like who you attract? Does it hold you back and drain you? Because sometimes, man, you like it, but it drains you. You like it, but it drives you crazy. You like it, but it's not good for you. Just you got to be self-aware. Okay. You got to keep trying, going, and if you keep trying, you're going to go further. Sometimes, man, when you go further, you realize, whoa, oh man, this is not where I wanted to be. Ain't nothing wrong with acting. So why should you try it? We all know that dating's kind of rough right now. No cap. Feels bad. Rejection hurts. But it will improve all aspects of your social life. Certain problems don't magically appear around the huzz. Okay? When you get rizzy with the huzz, okay? They're going to affect your social life even in subtle ways. One that I had to get over was being parasocial. If you're parasocial towards women, that's technically just a crush because you're too scared to talk to them. Your guy friends, you're kind of just parasocial with them as well. They're not really. Sometimes they're not really your friend at all. They're kind of just acquaintance level at best. And you can get greater friends if you don't always fall into that. So stuff like that, that's a good example. And then you will learn a lot about yourself. You can use it to improve yourself, make your life easier, improve yourself, and then keep going higher because you have to improve yourself. You have to be on level 2 to get to level 3. You can't just hop from 1 to 3. Or you get closer to finding what you want in relationships. If you're pretty lonely, I'd probably say that your friendships, you're not getting what you want out of them. And sometimes going the romantic route makes you learn stuff about yourself that helps your friendships, okay? And I think it probably does vice versa, okay? So, yeah, it is worth it, okay? And then, if you never given a girl your number, you're not behind, okay? This is recent. I think it was about a year or two ago this study came out. 45% of men age 18 to 25 never approach a woman in person. Okay? That means approach. Cold approach. Red pill, sigma male even. Okay? That doesn't mean even got their number, which is crazy. Honestly, women don't approach at all. They basically do what you do. You might be a little feminine, to be honest. Your energy might be feminine, and then you get around women, and then it makes you more feminine, which puts you in the friend zone hard, okay? You need to be masculine. You learn to be masculine. Sometimes, you're in a household without someone who's masculine, and it kind of just feeds. It's fine, Everybody has their own problems. It's okay. I just want you to understand, if you ask out one girl, because women also make up 50% of the population, you will be ahead of 70% of the population. I know it sounds crazy, but it's completely true. See? Oh, I put those backwards. My bad. So, never asked is over here. 70%. If you have the courage to do it once, just once, okay, you will be in the top 30%. Oh. Then let's not look at this part. Oh, my bad, I'm in the way. Let's not look at this part right here, okay? Because that's all the age ranges put together, but that's not what this is about, okay? The singleness epidemic. 63% of men are single. That's over half. If you're single, you are the majority. 34% of women are not. They need us. They're liars. oh, but no, I know some people are going to see this and go, how does that even make sense? It's all hypergamy. They're dating the same guy. Blah, 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 blah. Well, that is kind of true. As I just said, 70%. I honestly think that you would technically be Mr. Hypergamy if you shoot your shot like 3 or 5 times, okay? Like, it don't take that much. Honestly, no, that's not true. It does take a lot to be successful. But success, it's quiet until it's not. And then you're successful, okay? So don't let it bog you down. Don't let yourself get hurt. But also, women like to date guys a little older than them, like 3 years older than them. So if the right age range is like 10 years older, then that does factor in a little bit. And then I don't have a picture of the study or whatever, but 18 to 25 is like way lower. Like I think it's like 60% of the women are still single, and then it was like 85% of the men were single, something like that. And it's like, I don't really like counting to 29 because when people start hitting 27, they start worrying about, oh man, I need to do it. I need to have a baby, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to try harder and they're going to accept some mediocre play just to live their life or whatever, okay? Sometimes people settle. Sometimes it's a good option, not the best option. It's the best option they have right now. All right, where are we going? Yeah, negative things to avoid. Remove the 2016 SJW content from your brain. It's not evil to be masculine. And technically, red pill content's just the after effect of that. Women called us evil for being masculine. We're calling them evil right now for being feminine. We're gonna keep bumping like this until we eventually reach some part that's 50-50 because the Bible's not holding us back into these masculine feminine roles. 6-7. And then honestly, we are definitely in the worst generation for the male side right now. The male side is the one that makes the move, okay? The one that has to create the opportunity for it to even happen. Women just accept the opportunity. That's their role. Men create it. So if nothing's being created, then ain't nothing happening. But yes, remove SJW content from your brain because it's all internet noise, not reality. It's honestly more damaging than porn. Honestly, if you quit for like 2 weeks, bro, your brain just kind of just almost goes back to normal. I'd say probably like you'd be like 80 to 90% better off. All right. But this SJW stuff, it fucks with you. Stops you from doing stuff you want to do. Stops you from approaching. Stops you from seeing women in a like light where you want a relationship with them. Okay, it's not good. But yeah, limiting the porn consumption as well will help because if you're sitting there confusing your brain into thinking that you're hitting fourth base every night, it's kind of hard for you to struggle to even like hold the bat and be like, should I even hit the ball? You know what I mean? Because your brain thinks that you've already done it. If you've never even tried to like run to first base, have you even played the game? You're tricking your brain into thinking that you already completed the game. Okay? The porn stuff is not real. Some people will say that and tell you that, but you will not believe it until it happens. Okay? You will not understand it until it happens. And then the red pill content. It's not beginner level advice. I don't think until you've shot your shot with at least 20 to 30 women, probably. If you're like actually, if those 20 to 30 women are actually like spread out in between like the year, like I'm saying, the point where hesitating doesn't feel bad. And you're like, well, something's just not working. I don't get what I'm doing wrong. Sometimes there's like itty bitty stuff in between where you have to read between the lines. That's why I'm saying it's not beginner level. You have to read in between the lines and get certain information out of it that you need. Like women talking to like 5 different men. Sometimes there's female nature stuff in there. Red pill is always negative. And, straight negative advice is not good for you. Never. Red pill tries to push this, just improve yourself message. And then they tell you no way of how to improve yourself other than like going to the gym, which is probably maybe number 6. 6th most important thing at best. So, yeah. And it will only attract the women in your life that they are complaining about. Not all women. Women under a 7, honestly, you don't need to know any red pill content. If you just want to have fun, be a lover boy, you could probably fall in love with a 6, okay? And then never have to deal with red pill content. Because it's not... Red pill content's about hot women, okay? Attractive women. It's not about every woman. So don't make that mistake. It's a form of being self-righteous as well. Oh, I'm Mr. Ladies Man. Here's how you get a lady. If you were getting ladies, you'd be spending your time talking to the ladies. You wouldn't spend your time telling dudes how to get ladies. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of fake bullshit. Don't fall for it, okay? Not every dude's like Andrew Tate. Sometimes they're just black-pilled and they have a lot of they just need to feel validated by creating an audience of dudes to hopefully share their beliefs, okay? They're kind of just repeating the same script over and over. That's why red pill dudes, they're also not very successful and they keep running into the same problems. They have no personality and they're so boring, okay? They wake up at 5 a.m., they do good things for themselves, and then they just like they just don't like their life if you really pay attention. It's so boring, they don't have anything that they like about it, okay? I had to do that at a job that I hated, where it was just such an antisocial job. I'd take any social interaction. This dude, he'd sit there and talk like that, and then just like, yeah, I wake up at 5 a.m. and blah blah, and yeah, blah. He just like he didn't have a personality, and nothing was interesting about him, and it was just such like a ugh. Why I hate talking to this dude. He's so fucking ugh. You know, that's how women will feel. They'll be like, ugh, talking to this guy, fucking ugh. And I mean, if she's having sex with him or whatever, then like she's obviously not there for his personality, okay? So he's just gonna keep feet in the loop without realizing that he's the problem. So, yeah, don't become one of these dudes that where you're just running the same script because it makes you not stand out.